Hello, I'm Natalie. I'm going to talk about my favorite famous photo. It's a portrait of a group of very important figures from scientific area who met in October 1927 with the occasion of the famous annual conference of Solvay, which focused mainly on the dialogue of issues related to physics and chemistry. This memorable meeting of geniuses from around the world was in Belgium in the city of Brussels. Was the French photographer Benjamin Couperin who photographed all these geniuses, thanks to Ernest Solvay who was responsible for bringing them together. At that time, the full rise of science was unfolding despite all the problems of the time that was immersed in the last events of the First World War. The late 19th and early 20th century was at that time characterized by Franco-Prussian War, and Germany and Italy became total states. Russia becomes the USSR and becomes the sense of endemic famine and political repression. In the years 1870 to 1880, most of Poland was violently occupied by Russia. The 20th century was characterized by advances in technology, medicine, and science in general. End of slavery is the so-called developed countries, liberation of women in most countries, but also by human crises and despotism, which causes such effects as the world wars, genocide and ethnocide, policies of social exclusion, and widespread unemployment and poverty. The people who posed for Couperin were parents of quantum physics and other figures of different fields. Of that unique campus of geniuses gathered around the topic electrons and photons. We have learned that for many is the most famous scientific photography in history because this was a golden generation of science. Possibly there was no other in history. 17 of the 29 attendees were either Nobel Prize winners in physics or chemistry, as Pauli, Schrödinger, Einstein, Dirac, Bohr, Planck, Lorentz, Max Born, and Heisenberg. The photographer knew the importance of that image so that it remained in the memory of all future generations. This event was remembered also by a particular person, Marie Curie, the only woman in the group. Marie was an important Polish chemist, physicist, and mathematician born November 7, 1867. From her early years, Mary became interested in science as her father, so she completed her university studies and master's degree in Paris. Because in her country of origin she was as novated because of her status as a woman. Marie Curie's favorite hobbies was writing in her bicycle and traveling out of the country. She also loved to read and to study science. She married with the well-known Pierre Curie, along with who began his research on substances that emit radiation. Mary coined the term radioactivity, and later she contributed extensively to this discipline thanks to the discovery of two chemist elements, polonium and radium. Additionally, during the First World War, Mary helped the Sikh military by creating a radiology center. Thanks to this advance, Mary was the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize. Even she won two in different disciplines and became an emblematic icon of her time to defend the rights of women and to recognize their intellectual contribution in the midst of a macho society. Finally, on July 4, 1934, Mary died of a serious illness, anaplastic anemia, due to the prolonged exposure of radiation that she received during her years of work. This photo makes me feel very excited and interested because I am studying in the area of science and I really admire all the researches and advances of those famous geniuses, and that remind me to improve my own skills in order to be the next Marie Curie in history. Thanks to see my video. Bye.